Hello, students. Welcome to Uncle Matt's Online Academy. Today, we'll be treating the topic classification of living things or organisms. Here is the course outline. We have definition of taxonomy, classification based on taxonomy, divisions of kingdom, taxonomy of some organisms, nomenclature or naming of organisms, form of representation, and scientific name of some organisms. Let's proceed. In the previous class, we introduced the topic or the subject biology. We talked about how to identify living and non-living things, the characteristics of living things, and we talked about the general classification of living things into plants and animals. But today we'll be moving a step further by talking about the scientifically accepted way of classifying organisms, which is called taxonomy. What is taxonomy? Taxonomy is a system of classifying groups of biological organisms on the basis of shared characteristics. It is a way of classifying organisms based on their shared similarities. This system was introduced by a Swedish scientist known as Carl von Linné. His Latinized name is Carolus Linnaeus. He classified living things under 7 major divisions. The divisions can be seen as listed on the board. We have the kingdom, we have the phylum, we have the class, we have the order, we have the family, we have the genus, we have the species. This is what I term KP-COF-GS. Again, KP-COF-GS. That is K as in kingdom, P as in phylum, F, C as in class, O as in order, F as in family, G as in genus, S as in species. So, as said earlier, that is the scientific way of classifying living organisms. It is an hierarchy in which kingdom is the highest or the largest division, while species is the lowest division. The kingdom contains living organisms with diverse characteristics but with little points of resemblance, while the species, on the other hand, is the basic unit of classification of living organisms. It contains organisms with the largest number of features or characteristics in common and organisms that can usually interbreed among themselves. We have divisions of kingdom. There are basically 5 divisions for kingdom. We have the kingdom Monera. This includes bacteria, the blue-green algae. We have the kingdom Protista, which includes the protozoa such as Amoeba, Paramecium. We have the Euglonophyta such as Euglena and so on. We have the kingdom Fungi. The kingdom Fungi contains both unicellular and multicellular organisms. Unicellular like the yeast, multicellular organisms like the mushroom, and so on. We have the kingdom Plantae. Just as you would have guessed right, it contains plants generally. It might be unicellular plants or multicellular plants. Unicellular plants like Chlamydomonas and multicellular plants like the Spirogyra, the mosses, the maize plants, or different plants that we know are yam plants, the orange tree, and so on. They all belong to the kingdom Plantae. Then the last but not the least is the kingdom Animalia. We should be familiar with that. Man is regarded as higher animal, so we still belong to the kingdom Animalia. So examples of organisms under the kingdom Animalia, we have man, we have worms, we have crab, we have cats, fish, and so on. The list is endless. Now we move on to taxonomy of some organisms. We've already explained what taxonomy means. Now I want to give a typical taxonomy of some organisms. So the first organism here is dog. The taxonomy of dog can be seen on the board. Dog belongs to the kingdom Animalia. Yes, we all know that a dog is an animal. It's not a plant, it's not a fungi, it's not a protista. It belongs to the phylum Chordata. Chordata as an animals with backbone. It belongs to the class Mammalia. We know what mammals are, animals that can give birth to their young ones alive. It belongs to the order Carnivora. That is, it's a carnivore. It feeds on flesh or meat. It belongs to the family Canidae. It belongs to the genus Canis, and it belongs to the species Lupus. But here we have a subspecies for dog. Dog is a subspecies of Familiaris. Let's proceed. This is another organism. We have man. Man belongs to the kingdom Animalia. It belongs to the phylum Chordata. It belongs to the class Mammalia. It belongs to the order Primates. Under primates, we have monkeys, apes, and so on. So man belongs to that order. It belongs to the family Hominidae. It belongs to the genus Homo. It belongs to the species Homo sapiens. Now, we have pine rose. Pine rose is an example of a plant. So your guess is as good as mine. It belongs to the kingdom Plantae. It belongs to the phylum Spermatophyta. That means it's a seed-producing plant. It belongs to the subphylum Angiosperma. It belongs to the class Dicotyledonea. It belongs to the order Rosalis. It belongs to the family Rosacea. It belongs to the genus Rosa, and it belongs to the species Pinetorum. So that's that on that. Now we move on to nomenclature of organisms. We have different organisms, and it will be very bad if we don't know how they are named scientifically. So the system of naming living organisms is known as nomenclature. Scientifically, the accepted system of naming living organisms was introduced by Carolus Linnaeus, and it is known as the binomial nomenclature. So binomial nomenclature can be defined as a naming system that involves giving two names. The two names are Latin names to every living organism. The names constitute both the generic name and a specific name. The generic name is the genus to which the organism belongs, while the specific name is the species to which the organism belongs. In the next slide, we'll see how this is done. This is titled Form of Representation. So how to represent the binomial nomenclature. We said it consists of two names, which are Latin names, the genus and the species. So it can be written in two ways. The first way, as seen on the board, is capitalizing the first letter of the genus, and the remaining letters is written in lowercase, leaving a space in between and writing the specific name, which is the species, all in lowercase. At the end, the genus and the species are underlined individually, not together. Can you see it on the board? The other way is capitalizing the first letter of the genus and writing the rest in lowercase, then leaving a space in between and writing the specific name, which is the species, in lowercase all through, then italicizing both the genus and the species. So the difference between the first method of writing and the second form of representation is that the first one was underlined while the second one was just italicized, but we maintained the order of having the first letter of the genus in capital letter, or in uppercase form. That's better. So let's proceed. So here on this board, I have scientific name of some organisms. The first is rat. We all know what rat is. So the scientific name of rat is Rattus rattus. Can you see the way I wrote it? So I picked the first format of representation, which has to do with underlining. The second organism on the board is dog. We all know dog, the dog that barks. Yeah. So The scientific name of dog is Canis lupus familiaris. On a normal day, we stop at just Canis and lupus, but because dog is a subspecies of familiaris, we have to indicate it there. We have housefly. The scientific name of housefly is Musca domestica. We have rice, the rice that we eat. The scientific name is Oryza sativa. We have orange. Orange is a citrus plant. The scientific name is Citrus sinensis. We have cocoa. Cocoa that is used to make our beverage tea. The scientific name is Theobroma cacao. We have maize. Maize. The scientific name of maize is Z maize. We have cat. The scientific name of cat is Felis catus. We have tiger. Tiger. The scientific name of tiger is Panthera tigris. It is similar to that of lion, which is Panthera leo. So you can conclude that tiger and lion belong to the same genus. Then the wolf. Wolf. The scientific name for wolf is Canis lupus. We can say that is similar to that of dog. So seeing that name, you can be able to say that dog and wolf are similar organisms, like they belong to similar groups or the same group. So that is where we're going to stop today. I want you to take note of the taxonomy of different organisms and their nomenclature. So bye for now.